So after the Shakur Stevenson and Chofimo Lopez fight, our next big event for the week is Nick Ball versus Brandon Figueroa for the WBA featherweight title. I'm gonna give you the keys to win. My prediction on this fight after this. Let me just do a quick introduction because you know what? I think we might just see an upset if this happens.
Powcast Sports, the number one independent sports voice of the Philippines.
What's up, guys? Powcast Sports, and this is our boxing prediction for the week. The big fight this week is Nick Ball versus Brandon Figueroa. The thing that I wanted to say first, for a Filipino boxing fan, a fight in the UK or somewhere in Europe, that's going to be hard for us because we have to wake up early. So it's going to be Saturday, February 7, at the M&S Bank Arena in Liverpool, England. It's available on the zone for Filipino boxing fans that want to watch it. You can watch it legitimately on the zone. You may want to subscribe right now. And don't ask me during the fight, during the time that I'm doing a commentary, because I'm going to do a live commentary of the fight. Okay? So for international fans, I think you can also watch it on the zone. Link in the description, or you can send me a message if you're watching this on Facebook. Let's go ahead and check out the tail of the tape of the two boxers. And here we go. You know, since I'm a Filipino nation, we are looking forward and we're kind of curious about Nick Ball because we're seeing him as a potential opponent for Naoya Inoue. But he needs to get past the heartbreak kid, Brandon Figueroa. So here's the tail of the tape. Nick Ball is undefeated, 23-0, 28 years old, an orthodox fighter, only 5'2". He's so small. You know, he could be fighting in the bantamweight or the flyweight division, even in the minimum weight division, but he is fighting in the featherweight. So he last fought in one against Sam Goodman, TJ Duhaney, Ronnie Rios, Raymond Ford, Ray Vargas, Isaac Dogbay. Ray Vargas, I think, is taller than the Heartbreak Kid. Meanwhile, Brandon Figueroa, 29, still young, 26, 2 and 1, 5'9". So he's a lot taller. So that's going to be a big advantage. He won against Joed Gonzalez, and he lost to one man, Stephen Fulton, in the last six fights. So he also defeated our compatriot, Mark Magnifico Magsayo. So if you're watching this, you're Filipino, I'm a Filipino. If not, then, we're boxing fans, both of us. So let's go ahead and talk about what I feel about this fight and what I think should happen, the keys to win. So again, just so you know, Nick Ball has successfully defeated those belts multiple times against tough contender. I did mention to you the name. I think the advantage of Nick Ball, since this is going to be in his hometown, Liverpool, so there's a strong crowd support right there. But Brandon Figueroa, don't get me wrong, I think it could be a close fight. He's a two division champion. Again, he only lost to Stephen Fulton. So this matchup feels like an undefeated rising star, even though he's a champion against a veteran former champion who's also trying to redeem his world class or world status. So here are the keys to win for Nick Ball. It's very obvious. He's called the wrecking ball for a reason. He wrecked his opponent, and how you do that is you pressure your opponent. And I think Nick Ball, the first thing that he needs to do, the keys to win, is to pressure his opponent from the start. So yeah, I think Ball thrives in cutting off the ring, working behind volume punching, and he can force Brandon Figueroa to back foot. So that's number one. And in order for you to do that, number two is kind of connected with that, which is basically control the face. I think Figueroa would like to be patient, although he's kind of pressuring sometime, but he breaks. But it takes breaks. That's what I'm saying. So Nick Ball needs to make sure that there's no breaks. He needs to put the tempo high and consistent. So that's essentially the keys to win for Nick Ball is just me, Nick Ball. And I think one of the other keys is this momentum. There's momentum for him. It is his hometown, so the home crowd is going to be cheering for him. For Brandon Figueroa, the obvious advantage and the obvious key is leverage that reach and size. He's taller and should make it hard for Nick Ball to go inside. So that is what he needs to do. He needs to leverage that length. And even though Nick Ball is going inside, I do not think Nick Ball entirely has the advantage, especially if he lets Figueroa figure out how to land those punch inside with the power shots. Figueroa has power, so he can turn that short range fight into a brawl. And although I'm not really for it, but I think that's the thing that he needs to do because he needs to also outwork Nick Ball. So, but for Brandon Figueroa, one of the other things, if you're talking about other stuff that he needs to do, so he doesn't get how should I say this nicely? We don't want him to look like he's losing to the judge's scorecard because Nick Ball is outworking him, because I think that's what Nick Ball is gonna do. So, in order for him not to be not to look like that. So he needs to avoid getting boxed in the corner. If ball outworks him and lands clean shot, even though it's not hurting him, that round would go to Nick Ball. So Nick Ball, Figueroa needs to figure out how to dance around the ring. So if you look at the odds, I don't know what's the current odds right now, but when I looked at it, Nick Ball is actually the favorite. So here's my prediction for this one. And I did look at the most some of the pundits and the journalists. I think they see Nick Ball retaining the WBA title for a reason, and for obvious reason. Um, I think Nick Ball is gonna win, and I think Nick Ball will win by decision. If I do not think he's gonna knock out Brandon, but it's possible by late rounds if he can truly try to get inside. But again, Brandon Figueroa is also good. So his only defeat is Stephen Fulton. He can upset, but the only way I would see an upset if he hurts Nick Ball early. If he lands shots early or in the middle of the fight, but Nick Ball keeps consistently coming in, I don't think Stephen Fulton is ever gonna win by decision. That's my fearless prediction. So at the end of the day, I see Nick Ball winning by decision in this fight. What do you think, guys? And I don't know if I'm gonna be doing a live commentary for this one because it's early in the morning. So, but let me know your comment, guys.